Hey guys, Sam here, and welcome to another review. Emotions. They are the biggest things that make us human. We've all had our moments of happiness, sadness, anger, depression, fear, and more. There are people out there that can mostly handle those emotions well. Then there are those who are trying to work through their emotional turmoil. And then there are assholes who have no filters on their emotions whatsoever. Don't be like them. But also, you shouldn't be someone who tries to eliminate all emotion just to avoid embarrassment or any other negative emotion. That's something Timmy Turner learned in the episode Commotion, which is one I'm reviewing today. I find this one interesting not just because of the humor, the setup, and clear message, but because there is a bit more to the episode that makes it more fascinating. What do I mean by that? Well, let's get started. This time, there will be a summary first, thoughts afterwards, and a joke section. A long joke section. Good. Let's begin. The episode starts at the local Dimsdale pool. Some enjoy swimming around, some enjoy breaking the pool rules, and some enjoy jumping off the diving boards. Except Timmy. We see he's on the biggest one, trying to push himself to jump, but he's too scared to. What makes it worse is that he's holding up the line and his crush Trixie is watching. Eventually, after Francis helps Timmy jump, he splashes into the pool and gets back out, only to find out that he lost his trunks, leaving him completely naked and embarrassed in front of everyone. In fact, he's so embarrassed by the experience that he wishes to have no emotions whatsoever. All the emotions get put in a chest, and for most of the episode, Timmy has this expression on his face. He can't be sad, happy, angry, or embarrassed on the outside. And strangely enough, it works to his benefit. His bullies like Francis, the snooty girl, and Crocker try to humiliate him, but it doesn't work, which makes them all either spaz out or run away calling him weird. Because of his lack of emotion, he becomes the coolest kid in school, cool enough to become Trixie's girlfriend too. But since he can't feel love, it offends Trixie, and she tries to make him jealous by dating Chester. Once school is done, Timmy talks with Wanda about how being the coolest kid in school is great, but his lack of emotion can't have him celebrate it. He figures that, despite thinking better without his emotions, it is better to have his emotions back, so he can be human. So Wanda says she'll get them, but tells Timmy not to do anything dangerous or stupid along the way. What happens next? He does something dangerous and stupid, like doing a death-defying stunt at the Dimmadome. After he does that, he gets picked up by a secret agency. Apparently a bad guy kidnapped Trixie and Chester, and the agents need Timmy to rescue them. He heads off to the bad guy's volcano lair, gets to the top of the volcano, and all he has to do is jump into a whirlpool and turn off a switch to save Trixie and Chester. But just before he's about to do it, Cosmo and Wanda show up and give him his emotions back just when he didn't need them. Now Timmy is afraid to jump down there and save the day, but once he musters up the courage, he does jump. Even though he could have wished them free instead. Yeah, that common sense joke is pretty good. Anyway, Trixie and Chester are saved, the bad guys put away, Timmy survived the experience, and he gets back at Cosmo and Wanda for prematurely giving him his emotions back by sicking a piranha on them. The end. So that's the episode. What are my thoughts? Well, I guess I'll talk about the humor first. They do take advantage of the setup, and ironically, having no emotions from Timmy does give him more personality. I just love this look. It just says, "Guys, stop it. You're embarrassing yourselves." Everyone's reactions to his lack of emotion are pretty humorous. The snooty girl's reaction is funny, Trixie's even more so. Seeing Francis get stupefied by Timmy not being afraid of his tactics is funny, and Crocker maybe chuckle too. To be fair, I could see why he tried to make fun of him in this specific episode. Timmy did ruin his relaxation at the pool when he made that dive. Plus, a holographic F, or virtual F, as he put it, is funny too. If there's one person in the world that could make that happen, it would be Crocker. As for the motorcycle stunt and the agency stuff, it's funny and clever as well. There are some running gags in the episode, which does hold the episode back a bit. For example, they do the "Are you kidding? That'll kill me! Good luck though" line 3 times. Same with the "You're weird" line too. But it doesn't dampen the mood. The jokes are still nice, and there are some witty bits of dialogue here and there.
Come on, Turner! What are you, scared and poor?
Yes, I'm scared! And I'm not poor, I'm middle class!
Just think of it like a dive at your local pool, except much higher with jagged rocks, alligators, piranhas, a whirlpool, a tornado, and one really angry tourist.
The service here stinks!
Plus, there is a funny scene where all of Timmy's personified emotions run amok, and Cosmo has to try and control them. It's kind of refreshing having a little bit of Cosmo's original personality come out here. Also, the other jokes with the emotions are great, like envy and jealousy fighting over love, fear hiding under the bed, and, like I said before, the great common sense joke. The stuff with Trixie and Chester is humorous, Timmy's revenge on his fairies is fitting, and at the end of the day, the entire episode is just funny. But what about the overall story? Well, for an 11-minute episode, it flows well enough, but I kind of wish it did have more time to flesh out the story though. I'm sure that if there was more time given to this episode, like say 22 minutes, we could have seen more clever jokes and creative scenarios. Like maybe Timmy's emotionless state could have him turn into a comedian like a young Stephen Wright. I think that would be funny too. But as is, the story's fine. The message is clear and not subtle at all, but it isn't a bad one. It is better to express your emotions rather than suppress them. It all comes down to how you control them. But with that said, Timmy having no emotions did make things better for him. He became respected and cool because of how he handled the others in the episode. That's what I find really fascinating. His lack of reaction made the bullies perplexed and short-circuit themselves. They didn't know how to handle it, which is not only funny, but shows that Timmy could have still used this tactic again even when his emotions returned to him. A bully's biggest priority is getting attention. If you don't give them the attention they're looking for, they lose it. Then they have to look inward, realize how insecure they are, and hopefully change themselves. At least, that's what I hope for anyway. Point is, the episode did give us another nice message. If you don't give your detractors exactly what they want, they will lose interest on trying to hurt you, verbally or physically. Sure, it is good to stand up for yourself, but showing them that whatever they do doesn't really affect you is quite effective too. Although I will say having Trixie become interested in Timmy because he was so emotionally empty does kind of hurt her character. I get it, she's playing the popular pretty girl stereotype, but the show did give us more about her that showed she was more than that. I get it's played for laughs, and it is funny, but for all the people that think Timmy and Trixie are meant to be, no, I don't think so. Say what you will about Tootie, but at least she gave him attention and could be nicer when she wasn't trying to stalk him. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Overall, the episode is good. Like I said, it takes advantage of the setup, the scenarios are creative, the jokes are good, and there are some intentional and unintentional life lessons in here too. I wouldn't say it's my favorite episode from Fairly OddParents, but it is good. Final score, 8 out of 10. Check it out if you haven't already. Alright, let's not dilly-dally and get into the joke section. Trust me, there's gonna be plenty. You know, I have to wonder how much time, effort, and tax dollars went into making that high diving board. I could give some of this money to charities, school programs, or even the poor. Nah, screw it. Put it all in here. That's what's truly important. Politics.
Finally! No kids around to spoil my day!
Dude, you're at a public kids pool. Sure, there's no one around right now, but you could have been at an adult pool so you wouldn't have to worry about kids. Now you're just begging to be used as a landing pad for Timmy. Oh, right on cue.
This is so embarrassing.
You know, as a kid, I would see this as embarrassing. But as an adult, here's how I play it. Guys, why are you looking at my sausage? Especially you guys. You all have one. Why are you looking at it? Got something you want to tell me? Maybe I should be laughing at you. Still staring at it? What are you doing? You wackos? Look at it. You're stepping on it. See, all you have to do is turn it around and make them feel the embarrassment.
I was afraid to dive, friends scared me off the board, and I was embarrassed because I was naked in public!
So, what's wrong with being naked in public?
Well, many different states in the US would disagree with that remark, Cosmo. Check this site out if you want to know about all the punishments from each state. For example, in North Carolina, you could get either 60 days and a $1,000 fine, or 4 to 25 months and a fine for a Class H felony. So, yeah, don't try it. Unless you're very creative about it. Okay, no, I'm not gonna help you get away with a crime. Just don't, no.
Wow, look who decided to wear clothes today. Personal insults not working! I'm ignoring you. I said I'm ignoring you. Stop ignoring me! Ignoring you!
For today's vocabulary quiz, what's Turner's naked performance on last night's episode of Dimsdale's Most Embarrassing Videos? And describe it with words that begin with the letter U.
Uncoordinated? Unacceptable?
Let's see. Unacceptable and uncoordinated were used. Also uncaring and uninterested. How about unsophisticated? Unconcernedness? Uncircumcised? Wait. No, I'm not gonna ask that question. This is a family show.
Anger, stop hitting happiness! Fear, get out from under the bed!
Happiness? Stop jumping on the bed. Sadness? Stop flooding the floors with your tears. Love? Is that the horny emotion? What? No, get off! This is a family show!
Scary, huh?
Yeah, can we hurry this up? I'm late for lunch.
Fun fact, it was this kind of attitude that helped me with a bully I had in school. I think it was 6th grade, and it was this big, tall, skinny kid. He had a girlfriend, and he also had one of those short fuses that even his friends admitted that he had. So one day, when the 6th grade science class was out using the restroom before we got class going, I was one of the few people that didn't go to the bathroom. I was just kind of waiting outside. So as we were all heading back to the classroom, I happened to be walking behind his girlfriend, and I don't know whether I did this intentionally or unintentionally, but I stepped in the back of her shoe. And I don't know if I said sorry or not, but I do know that after it happened, I kind of moved out of the way from her and carried on forward. But I guess the bully saw that, chased me down, picked me up, and put me up against the lockers, and he basically had that tone that a lot of bullies use for some reason. The gritted, gruff kind of voice. Don't touch my girlfriend! You know, that kind of voice. And you want to know what my reaction was? Put me down. Maybe it was because of this episode, maybe it wasn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if it really was this that helped me. So, how about that?
How does that make you feel? It doesn't.
What? You think you can play with my emotions? You can't treat your new girlfriend that way after all the time we've spent together?
Wow, 12 seconds. Fastest breakup ever. No, really, I counted. From the time she put the button on and ripped it off, it was 12 seconds. Which means my fastest relationship was longer than these two. It was just 2 days. Yeah, only 2. We just made googly eyes at each other and broke up on the playground. We didn't even kiss!
Let's see how you feel when I date your best friend!
No! Girls give me the hives!
No!
Said every gay man on the planet. Come on, guys, we all know he wants AJ. Don't act like you haven't thought about it.
Without my emotions, I am thinking quite logically. For example, the reason they couldn't build a boat on Gilligan's Island is because it would end the series. The reason they can't build an airplane out of the same material as the little black box is because it would be too heavy to fly. And obviously, the chicken came before the egg.
Also, the reason why sloths can hold their breaths longer than dolphins is because they can lower their heart rates. The reason why NASA uses countdowns before blast-offs is because of a 1929 silent film by Fritz Lang called Woman in the Moon. And people in the 19th century used to photograph their dead relatives because, to use modern words, it was trendy since photography was now a thing back then. Yeah, I'm not kidding. You see this picture? The young girl beside the mother is dead. Congrats, you've now been given new and interesting information to show off to people, while also creeping them out. God, I hope that doesn't happen to me.
Hello, Timmy Turner. I've been watching you.
So,
you look like you'll do what I say without feeling anything, like being in danger. Get on.
Just think of it like a dive at your local pool, except much higher with jagged rocks, alligators, piranhas, a whirlpool, a tornado, and one really angry tourist.
The service here stinks!
Nah, looks like you booked a Florida timeshare by mistake. Hey, just be glad I'm only making one Florida joke. I could keep dunking on them all night long. Jeez, guys, I already made one pedophile joke. Don't give me more material for another one. But while we're on the subject, how old is Dr. Vulcan? Well, Trixie wanted it. Okay, no, let's end this now. End it now. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this episode, and tell me what your favorite joke was, both in the episode and my joke section. Please, I love getting feedback. Anyway, thank you for watching, and as always, my name is Sam, and good night everybody.